What's up guys, this is Alex and reporting, like I said I would, from CES 2022, all the new stuff. And for now we're going to talk about processors and video cards. So in 2020, AMD released the 5000 series processor and that was pretty much revolutionary. So ramp up, of course, AMD talked about a lot of things, but we're going to concentrate ourselves on the processors and video cards. So they will release a, let's call it a cheap video card at $200, the 6500 for those who don't have a card and have less budget. That's going to be an interesting option, of course. And it's going to be released in the 19th January. Also, they talked about the Ryzen 6000 series mobile processor. They already have a 5000 series mobile processor, which are pretty good and they are better than Intel. So they did announce the 6000 processors, and that's going to be for mobiles. You're going to have them in products like Dell, and they actually put a lot of emphasis on the part where you would save a lot of power because these are mobile processors, so they are going in cars and smaller devices and laptops. So yeah, saving energy is very important. So they added a lot of development in that region in collaboration, of course, with Windows, Microsoft. Now the good part, available in spring, they're going to release the 5800X 3D. So this is their new technology with the V-Cache, which is over the processors and it's kind of all over the place. And what they say is that, and what they claim is that it's going to be an average of 15% more processing power compared to the 5900X. So you take the best CPU they have and they are beating that CPU. And if we look at the specs here, we can see that it's actually very interesting because the L3 cache higher, so there's 96 megabyte, compare, for example, for the 5800X, which has 32 megabytes, and the 5900X has 64 megabytes. And I'm talking only about the L3 cache here. And the base clock and the max boost clock are actually lower than the 5900X, but it's more performing. That is very interesting. So they lower the clocks and they add a little bit of cache and it's better. So there's some mechanics there going on. I don't think they're going to add any V-Cache to the 5000 series. It's actually just like a test. And later this year, they are going to have all their new processors with that V-Cache. And they gave us a little preview, which is a new 7000 series. They show a picture of it really quickly and they show the performance. Well, not entirely performance, they just said that it was great. They can't say anything else for now, but they will announce it later this year. And one thing that they were saying is that that was a all-core 5 gigahertz running in the test, in the demo. So that's very promising, and that's gonna give a slap to Intel, which just released their 12th gen Intel processors. And the battle continues. Yes, speaking of Intel, their announcements, well, they were like all over the place, in cars and there in whatever. The part that interests us is the processors, and they just announced the 12th gen mobile processors because they only had processors for the PCs right now, or the desktop if you will. So there's 21 SKUs and I'm going to show the entire thing here. There's a lot and it's basically from laptop to cars to everything that is small. And I can't wait to see what the performance says. We'll have to wait someone else to do it because I don't have time to do that. Nvidia also was all over the place with cars and everything like that. They did talk a little bit about the Omniverse for artists. Where, for example, you do a model in this software and you do textures in this software and can actually work this out. I don't know if there's a lot of people using that. It's a good idea, but does it really work? And it's entirely in the cloud, so I don't know. They also announced a future product, which is the 3090 Ti, just like we knew, and they didn't really give up any details except the name.
The RTX 3090 Ti, a monster GPU.
No, it's not Ti, it's Ti. We know this for a long time. So they're gonna give more details later. Obviously, this is a high-end card, so they're gonna produce less. And right now, with everything going on, less is less. What can I say? No one will be able to buy it just like anything else. They did, however, announce a 3050 at $249, which is kind of the 1060 replacement, but for the 30 series. And they show that in some games and the same conditions, if you had a 1060, well, it wouldn't work at 60 FPS. But if you have the 3050, you can actually work at 60 FPS. If it's available, will people be able to buy it? We don't know. So that's it for this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'm gonna check the other videos of the CES and to see if there's something interesting for video or photography. Stay tuned guys, and see you in the next video.